Hey y'all, I hope everybody is doing well at this time of crisis in the world with the virus and many other crises that may be in your life. And it may not be the virus, it may be something else. And so I would just say in any crisis to remember that it's not new to God. God knows all about crisis. He knew this one was coming. He's known about all the past ones and all the future ones that are coming. And I would encourage you to turn to God with any fears and worries that you have, any concerns, real or just in your mind. Some people are dealing with actual physical, real situations, and others are just worried about that happening. All is understandable. So, but it doesn't mean that it's okay. I know you don't want me to say that, but it's not. We need to turn to God and trust Him and say, Lord, this is one of those situations in life, like many, where I feel the need to be afraid. And I feel the need to freak out, but I don't really want to. And you don't want me to. So help me have faith to trust you even in a crisis, no matter what does happen. Okay, so let's ask God and trust God that even in a crisis where the threat is real, God has gotten many Christians through real threats all the way to their death. So I'm not going to be that person that says to you, oh, it's all going to be okay. It is all going to be okay. But that okay may go all the way to heaven. And we're eventually going anyway. So in any crisis in life, it could be a financial crisis in your life. It could be a marriage crisis in your life. It could be a health crisis in your life, or the nation, or the world. And it's still the same. We still have to come back to God and say, look, I'm afraid. And ultimately, I trust you. But ultimately, I believe. But help my unbelief. Help me when I get worried. Help me come back to center. Help me to say, this is the time for me to trust God. And so I just had to say that because, I'm fixing to do a makeup tutorial. And that is so minor in the world. And yet it's a good little distraction. I don't even need to put makeup on. I'm on my lunch break right now. And I'm working from home, so I don't really need to do this. But it's still fun for us to do stuff and get our minds off the more serious things. We need to think about them. We need to deal with them. We need to comply with what we're being asked to do. But at the same time, sometimes you just need to kind of take a break from it. You need to learn how to take mental breaks from it. Get alone with the Lord and pray. Do something fun in the house. And maybe if you're around a lot of people, use this as a special time. Some of you are like, look, this is nothing new for me to be around people, because I know some of you are caregivers in your own home. So this isn't new to you. But there may be some aspects of it that are new due to getting food and drugs needed for loved ones that you're caring for into the home. And so there's always situations that we're all dealing with. And the main thing is we need to do it together. We need to encourage each other. We still need to not take ourselves too seriously. We've got to be able to laugh. We've got to be able to have cheer and joy in the presence of darkness, because there's always going to be that. You can't say, well, I'd rather it not be there. Well, we all would. God would rather that we never had sin in the world that causes illness and injury and moral degradation and hatefulness and violence. He never wanted any of that, but it's here. And until He returns, it's going to be here. And it's going to rain on the just and the unjust alike. And for those of us who our justice and our righteousness comes through Christ, we are supposed to rely on Him. That is where we get our relief. And then also from others, from each other, that we can encourage each other. Sometimes when I get down or I'll hear something new, see some news flash, which honestly they're just designed to make you be afraid, so you'll keep watching. I am reminded by friends, hey Beth, remember, we don't walk in fear. Y'all, if you wonder what I'm doing here, there it is. I just hugged Brie a whole lot, and so I've got little doggy hairs on my face. But anyway, they'll remind me and they'll say, Beth, remember, we're all supposed to be walking in faith. And And then an hour later, they may call, did you see blah, blah, blah? I'm like, remember, don't let us get freaked out here over what we're just hearing. You know, God is in control. And it's just that quick. We can be fine one minute and not the next, and we need to encourage each other. Okay? So right now, one of the things I'm doing is I'm just going to have a little fun with some makeup. Y'all saw that from my Sephora haul, I had quite a few items that were from Marc Jacobs. And today, I'm going to kind of do an exclusive, pretty much, Marc Jacobs tutorial. This is the, I did go ahead and keep this. I got the Anastasia, but I really like this. I really love this large packaging. There's such a difference in the mirror, and just, it's just, honestly, it's a fantastic mirror to have handy right here on my, my desk. So I'm going to keep it. And also because this cool tone is a good cool tone for a, person who's more light complected and who has blue tone undertones, even though I did also get another bronzer as well. So I'm starting with a bronzer blush and I'm going to stay above this area. As you can see, I've done a little bit already, and I'm going to kind of round it out, like do it in round circles so that there's not an actual line. That just helps you to not have a line. I start back where you would have a line, but then I keep it, instead of just a line like that, I just kind of keep it moving. And that's one way that you cannot have a line, is keep it in circular motion when you're applying something. With blush, you'll see in a minute, one of the things, instead of doing it this way, that we can do is smile and then just use the brush itself. Doing under the nose there. You do the, use the brush itself in a downward way so that it doesn't actually have an end, and so you don't have a line. But even where you stop at that point, there'll be somewhat of a line. So again, doing this in a circular motion definitely does help, and kind of bringing it from backward to forward, blending out edges. And it just kind of brings light forward to this area of the face. It also gives a little bit of a bronzed, healthy look. So that's that. And this one is number 102 Tantric, and it's part of the O exclamation point Mega, like Omega Bronze palette, and I really do love it. I love the packaging because it's so large. One thing I don't like, even though it's very sleek, very classy looking, is the shininess is great. It's pretty, but it shows fingerprints really bad. So I'm constantly like doing like this, or, you know, rubbing it on my shirt to kind of get the fingerprints back off. Okay, so that's that. I keep feeling more little doggy hairs, and that's because there was another one. You know what I need to do? I probably just need to do this and kind of brush off. I could, like I said, I hugged Brie a whole lot, and she hasn't been groomed. We're waiting. All right, so this is the eye palette that we're going to use. I did decide to keep it. It's the Iconic eye palette, and this is number 740, called Scandalust, which I hate the name. I don't want to promote lust in any way, y'all. I keep feeling little hairs. Yep, there's another one. She's a hairy little thing. Y'all want to see Brie? Brie, come here, baby. Come here. You want to come here? Come here. Yes. We're going to show you on the TV. We're going to show you on the YouTube. Yes, ma'am. Do you want to see the YouTube? No, she doesn't. This is Brie. Yesterday, y'all saw Velvet. This is my Brie. I love you so much. My little sweetheart. Yeah, okay, stop. Okay, you've been a good girl. Okay. Y'all, she's got a lot of hairs. I need to take her downstairs and really brush her out good. My dogs have not been outside of the house, just so you guys know. They haven't been to the groomer. They haven't been to a doggy daycare. They haven't been to where we usually take them to get their treats. We're just bringing them home. So I feel like it's okay to still snuggle them. I have also, just because before all this coronavirus stuff started, I don't know if y'all remember, I've been working from home because I was sick. And then we just had wisdom to say, hey, maybe we should work from home. I'm still not 100%, as you can hear them, and I may, without thinking, I might just accidentally clear my throat and it goes down because there's a lot of congestion, but that congestion is actually good for you. From what I learned from Dr. Ken Berg, I love him here on YouTube, he said that those white blood cells that make all that mucus, that suffocates infections and viruses. So that's a good thing. Are we serious? I feel like I have a hair in my mouth. I did just kiss her after all. Okay, so it has this nice cover, like a lot of makeup palettes do, but it's black, it's opaque, and I just think that's a really, attention to detail in packaging tells me something. If you're that attentive to your packaging, how attentive to you of the quality of the product itself? And this is very well pigmented, so we're just going to get started. I'm going to start with this color right here. It's called Hot Pants, and it is going to be the color that I use under the brow. I've already put on primer today. I used my Lancome primer, just so you know, and I also used my Lancome base makeup. I'm also going to put this in the inner corners, maybe a little extra, and across the lid, especially right at the lash line. We're going to just brighten it up. Bree wants to play ball, as you can hear. Okay. Now the next color, which is right next to it, is a matte color, and I am going to use that to go all over with the rest of the lid and up in the crease area. And that color is called At the Office, and I'm going to just flip this E55. In this an E55? Yeah. I'm just going to flip this and just kind of go in this crease area as a transition color, and also just to lay down a powder before we apply any other powders. But that actually is a great transition color, isn't it, y'all? Wow. At the Office. Okay. So I'm just literally going to smooth it over right in the crease, and then above it, up into the brown, right under the highlighted brow bone. And it's just going to just make it where I can make a nice transition, because I've already got powder down. And so there won't, because I'm very hot and sweaty, and when